How's everybody doing today? My name is Steven Rosenberg and this is Ginzburg. Welcome to Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes. Today we have a really exciting episode about pros and cons. Gene, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. Thank you very much, Steven. Always good to hear from you and always great to do the show with you. Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of display advertising, or banner ads also as they're known. And I can start off there because I've actually done, have been involved with banner ads for a long time. Not so much now, but before. So as a lot of us know, really how the internet started, when the internet started, you know, banner ads really was the first type of advertising out there. And it, just to kind of take a step back, banner ads are the ones that you see, like if you go to HuffingtonPost.com, you'll see an ad on, let's say, on the top, or like on the right-hand side, or on the, what's that?
Who owns the Huffington Post now?
I'm not sure. But anyway, going back to banner ads, so those are the ads that you see, you know, when you're on, let's say, Huffington Post or CNN.com or any other website. And as I was saying, really the banner ads kind of started off as an advertising channel when the internet really first started about 20 years ago, and they were very successful back in the beginning. But as we know, marketing channels, as always, you know, have their heyday, but then they kind of start to decrease in performance. And so I feel like now banner advertising is really on the outgoing method, or I guess outgoing way of where it is in terms of the
100%.
overall advertising. What's that?
It's gone. It's gone. No,
I mean, it is. I don't want to say it's gone, but it is very much on its way out compared to all of the other new platforms like Facebook and Snapchat and Twitter and Instagram, really much on their way out. And as a lot of you know, we follow Gary Vaynerchuk, and he talks a lot about that as well. And I really agree with him quite a bit. Is that, you know, he's saying nobody's really looking at your banner ad. Although on the other hand, a lot of advertising agencies and advertisers in general are still using banner ads, even though, you know, usually the reason why agencies are using them is because they're seeing a much higher ROI for them, for the agency, but not necessarily the best ROI for their advertiser. So any thoughts, Steven?
Yeah, I think that's bullshit, to be honest. I think that they're using that because it's what's worked in the past. That's why they're continuing to use it. And they're not using quite the analytics and data points that they should be using to get really accurate and up-to-date information about, like, you know, targeting people. For example, I mean, on Facebook, you can target a person down to almost on a granular level. It's incredible how detailed that you can advertise using Facebook. Would you agree with that or disagree with that?
I totally agree with that, and yes, there is some capabilities of doing that within like a DSP, which is demand side platform, which is typically the platform you would use to serve up banner ads. And typically, again, they also integrate with some sort of third-party purchasing platform like an Axiom or an Experian that allows you to target also based on purchase information of that particular user. But I feel like that information, or in general, like DSPs, you know, is really based on click data and on cookie data. And so I feel like I actually see that Facebook is just a much more targeted platform to use if you're looking for a specific audience. For a number of reasons.
Well, they know you so much more intimately than anybody else does.
So Facebook, in terms of the definite positivities of using Facebook, and we did a show about the pros and cons of using Facebook for your business, is that it just has so much incredible amounts of data that, you know, for good or bad, has been accumulated for each person, for each user on Facebook. So as an advertiser, it's very easy to use that data to target your specific audience, and it works. Like right now, Facebook is really the platform that is working. Yes, banner ads used to work, not so much anymore. The ROI is not really there, and no one is really looking at your banner ads. So if you're an advertiser and you're watching this video, I would highly, highly, highly recommend taking a look at Facebook as an advertising platform for either whether it's e-commerce, whether it's a brick and mortar, whether it's physical products, digital products, whatever it is that you have. Facebook can be used for driving traffic to restaurants,
100%.
to brick and mortar stores, to landing pages, and e-commerce. So it's a very versatile platform, and I would really take a look at your current display advertising and do an audit on that and see if it's really working out for you. So that would be my recommendation for advertisers.
And the greatest thing for those advertisers is that you have an option. Of course, yes, you can try and learn this stuff and start doing it differently, but there's also a slew of experts that are really good on Facebook. There's one person I know really, really well. Her name's Jean, and she happens to be an expert when it comes to Facebook. Yeah, I don't think you know her, but if you did, she's pretty good.
Yes, I would highly recommend getting in touch with a Facebook expert. And I mean, I'm not saying, feel free to get in touch with me. I'm happy to walk you through this process. But I'm just saying, in general, if you're an advertiser and you're watching this video, really get in touch with a Facebook expert and find out and do a split test between banner ads and Facebook advertising and see where you're
split testing is so important.
Yeah.
Yes, and whether for the plug to Gene, but like with that aside, whether it's Gene or another expert in this field, one advantage I see of that is you've been with this industry since the beginning. I mean, for a long time, I should say. You've been following this through the evolution of Facebook. It's not like, you just all of a sudden became an expert yesterday. You've been literally doing this forever. And I just think that kind of knowledge base, again, whether it's you or another expert, but I just see extreme value in that.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting that you say that to me. So yesterday I had a call with a potential client who was interested in Facebook advertising, and one of the things they said is that they did some Facebook advertising, and back maybe a year or two ago it was much easier to get started with it, but now there's just so many features, so many things that they're rolling out on a regular basis that like an advertiser, and nothing against advertisers, it's not like I'm trying to say anything negative, it's just more that there's just not enough time in the day for an advertiser who is developing products, doing customer service, working with their team
100%.
to actually also learn how to do Facebook advertising. And so I would highly recommend getting in touch with an expert who lives and breathes this stuff every single day and works with clients and has aggregate data for Facebook and just in general has experience creating ads in Facebook and running campaigns in Facebook. So the prospect I was talking to just specifically said that they're like, we just don't have, it's just so much more complex now that we don't have the time to really allot to creating these ads. So it's totally understandable.
Back to the banner ads though. I thought your last point. What else do you want to cover with the banner ads?
In terms of banner ads, I mean, they still work a little bit, but again, I think for the most part, there's not too many positives about banner ads, so I would highly recommend looking into other platforms, namely Facebook, that would allow you to get a much better
Well, do you have
ROI.
another suggestion? Okay.
Another suggestion about what?
Well, just, how someone could transition as easily as possible. If they're thinking about it, they're on the fence about it, what would be the first 1, 2, 3 steps that an entrepreneur, small, medium, large business size owner could do to start moving away from banner ads and moving towards a more effective platform?
As I mentioned earlier, the first thing I would do would be to do a split test or test out.
So what's a split
very
test?
Similar
for the people that don't know what it is.
So you would set up you would continue running, let's say, your current banner ads that you're currently running, and then set up a campaign on Facebook for the same offer, same messaging, basically the same campaign, only at different platforms, and see which one is performing better. And that will give you a much better understanding, are your Facebook ads working or are your banner ads working? The one thing to keep in mind is that, again, there is a learning curve with Facebook advertising. So one thing I hear a lot is that, I tried Facebook ads and that it didn't work. So again, get in touch with an expert or learn it on your own. But again, there's definitely a learning curve to it. So, but again, typically Facebook advertising will work if you're doing it the correct way. So that'd be my
Correct.
recommendation if
Well,
you want to just get started.
I thought that was really good insight. We'd love to hear what your guys' opinion is. Make sure you leave the comments below. Thank you so much, Gene, for putting some insight on that. You have anything else you want to add today?
No, I'm good. Thanks, Stephen.
Awesome. You guys have a green day.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you'll continue to get involved and join us as we help you find success in your entrepreneurial journey. Please follow, like, and share with others who will find this beneficial. We'll see you on the next episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes with Stephen and Gene.